What's up? Alex here. Down to break down Quiet Mind Epic Life, Chapter 3. Let's begin. Chapter 3 is the power of enlightenment. Now, enlightenment is only a point of view, a perspective, or even a contextual framework. Enlightenment is a perspective about existence. So, how would I break these bullet points down? Enlightenment is only a point of view, a perspective, a contextual framework. There it is, right there. So, for those of you who are curious to know what is enlightenment mean, the third eye, to be woke, so many people have their own definitions of it according to the lens on this one, and in general, how it should be. Enlightenment is only a point of view, also known as a perspective, aka a contextual framework, on basically anything. Because enlightenment is a perspective about existence. Wow. Enlightenment is only a specific angle in which you view existence, the topic, the conversation, the thoughts about existence. Unlock the ability to see your life as ideal and accept what you see in the physical realm without unwanted emotion. Wow. So, enlightenment is a perspective on your ability to see life, your perspective on life as it being ideal, and for your perspectives to be on your current physical reality as acceptable, which then leads you to have a life or a current experience of having the correct emotions you want. Because you, in theory, only have unwanted emotions when something you're experiencing is not acceptable to you in that moment. You're angry, someone broke up with you. You're going to have a lot of unwanted emotions. You're going to be upset. You're probably going to be crying because you're experiencing emotions that are unwanted, and you're doing this because you don't accept something that's going on in your reality. You're not accepting of the fact that someone just broke up with you because you are like, what the hell, you broke up with me, I'm perfect. Or you have a passing in the family, or you have a real estate deal that falls through, or you have the coronavirus scare going on. These are things that you do not want to accept. You put resistance to it. You're angry. You view it negatively. What the hell? It's not something you accept in your physical realm. You want it out of there. Therefore, you're showing unwanted emotions now because the fact of the matter is you want that thing out of your reality. So if you were to accept things, then you would not have any unwanted emotions because you've chosen to take them in as they come. If that makes sense. Wow, chapter 3 is exciting. It really gives you a look, a third eye's perspective on how you should be seeing your reality according to how this book is setting you up to look at it. The key is to accept scenarios, not resist. The more you accept, the less you resist. So this goes right back to what we were just breaking down, essentially, which is when things happen to you, or when things are happening to the world, or things are happening based off of your inconsequence to your actions, no matter what it is, you need to work on your skill of accepting that scenario, the circumstance, the content of what is happening right now, the fact of the matters. You need to accept them, not resist it. Accept them. Okay, this is here. This is where we're at. Don't resist it. Why is this? Why me? This is terrible. None of that. XYZ just happened. Great. It's a thing. Whether or not it's a bad or good thing is solely based on my interpretation of the contextual framework of the situation. Okay? Boom, drops mic, by the way. So let's break it down. Um, my my car breaks down, right? Let's say my car breaks down. The car is no longer working. That is the situation. The car is no longer working. Nothing I can control about that happening. It's done. Now, how you look at it, good or bad, comes based off of how you interpret it. You want to have a bad time? Oh, what the hell? This freaking thing. I needed to get to I needed to get to my girlfriend's house. I needed to get to my parents' house. I needed to go get groceries. Whatever. You interpret that situation as negative, bad. The situation happens. The car broke down. That's it. Now you could look at it in a positive realm. This is great because now I have an opportunity to test myself as a man in this world on how I can adapt to unplanned circumstances. We have coronavirus going on, and this is a great way for me to train myself on how I can use my brain to be witty, how I can use my skills to not necessarily be witty, but to be adaptable and to be able to overcome a scenario, get my outcome that I want, and continue moving forward. Have I ever been in that situation? I have had flat tires, but in general, and usually my experience on it looking back is it didn't really affect me that bad. I don't even remember them until now. And I learned a lot, and I got some good things out of it as well. But you don't even know what the future has in store from the point of that situation happening, your car breaking down, to the future. You have no idea what's going to happen next. Someone could stop by, and that person can help you and have such an influence on your life. You could go so many places. Someone can stop by, they can hand you money. There's a million gazillion possibilities. The fact of the matter is, you need to learn to accept the situation for happening, that it's happened now, before you add any filters or lenses on it, labeling it bad or good. You just need to know this is the situation, this has happened. Great, I accept it. Now, before you even look at a negative or positive perspective on it, you need to understand that. And then you need to choose, obviously, ideally, the positive filter on it and go, great, this is an opportunity to X, Y, Z. And now the fact that you have not only accepted the situation, which is solely the aspect we're talking about, I'm going a little farther by adding to the next step. By now, post accepting it, giving it a great filter to look through it from. Only put you in a position of complete control of your life, your scenario, and empowerment. So now, when you are happy and thriving, you are at peace, making you more creative and not flaring for vices. So, which is great because this goes right back to what I was just talking about. When you accept scenarios for happening, all of them, because remember, not good or bad, they're just a scenario. My girlfriend no longer wants to be with me. My friend no longer wants to, come over to my house and hang out. Um, my dog just died. That's it. Accept it. Okay? When you accept it, you're not resisting it. When you resist it, you have a lot of negative thoughts toward it. You try to fight it. And it slows you down mentally, puts a lot of negative thoughts in your head, creates a lot of fear, doubt, and anxiety, a lot of incongruency with what's happening in reality and how you're trying to treat it in your brain, in your mind. So now, these things, these emotions are not benefiting you overall as a person, your body, the energy you're giving off, the presence in front of you. So many great things are happening, or potentially the opportunities that can actually happen. You're not focused on them because you're in your head resisting things that have already, situations that have already taken place or are currently taking place in reality, the physical realm. So now you need to accept these things, and by not doing it, you're having negative emotions dragging you. Once you accept them, okay, and then give that positive filter, you are now in a position where your emotions are expressing happiness, and you're receiving feelings of thriving, okay, down to your brain, your core, everything. You feel like as a thriving human being, and now you're at peace. And when you express these emotions, okay, it by default a consequence of these things is that you become more creative, okay? You become more creative, and you're not flaring, inflamed mentally, moving towards your vices, going on social media, wanting to fap, wanting to look at pornography, um, wanting to go shop, wanting to go gamble, wanting to go drink alcohol, wanting to go outside, wanting to go hang out, call friends at a time that's not optimal for you moving towards your vision. Obviously, all these things I just described all have a time and place for it if that's something you choose to do. At the same time, you need to be honest with yourself and say, at this time, moment in life, what I'm doing right now, what I choose to do at this time in front of me right now for this next time block, does drinking go here? Does fapping go here? Does hanging out with friends, does having sex belong here? Or should I be prospecting? Should I be working on my social media business page? Should I be taking pictures for clients? X, Y, Z, whatever your job is, whatever your income producing activity is in that slot, you know? So when you are expressing negative emotions, you by default, your drunk monkey is talking to you so much it wants you to move towards. You're in a low state. Your body by default, your drunk monkey has thoughts that move you towards doing these vices because it wants to bring you into a point back where you're comfortable. Because clearly right now you're feeling threatened, you're feeling uncomfortable, and you're feeling like you're in a do or die situation because the situation you're in front of is not favorable. Enlightenment doesn't make you effective at your job. That's where you read books, coaching, etc. This is great. And I'm glad this book includes this because it gives a very honest outlook on what you can expect and take from books. A lot of books want to play the role, self-improvement books want to play the role of being the cure-all, the fix-all. And this book has its own claims of being the fix-all as well. But what I do love is it's saying that it's not going to make you effective at your job. It's not going to make you effective theoretically in all realms of a lot of people's lives, that the pillars that they want to be amazing in. What it does promise to do is give you an enlightened perspective to become free from within first, which is how you even get to the next step of being free in the physical realm. And that is all it's promising, which I love. Not none of this become a millionaire now in 30 days, woohoo, bullcrap. Enlightenment unlocks courage through recontextualization. Enlightenment unlocks courage through recontextualizing what you fear. When fear is released, a surge of creative energy is unlocked. Wow. So let's break that down because I felt like that was really powerful. Enlightenment unlocks courage through recontextualizing what you fear. Enlightenment unlocks courage through recontextualizing what you fear. That is such a powerful quote. I would get that tattooed. My interpretation of that is when you fear something, like the car accident, it's mainly because of the situation has happened or the thought of the situation is going on. And now you need to add a filter to it. You have to add a filter. The body always adds a filter. It just does. And if you don't have one, more power to you. But if you did have one, It will either move you toward or move you away from something. And if you can use that in your favor, it'll be game changing. So now, let's say you're thinking about something that's unfavorable, or you're thinking about a situation and then you deem it unfavorable. Let's say you don't pass your calculus exam, and now that's just the fact of the matter. You didn't get the grade you needed. And then now you put the filter on it of, oh my God, now my parents are going to kill me. What am I going to do with my life? All this negative chat, drunk monkey chat. Now you're in a point where you're you're you're, you're not even going to want to move. You're so stuck in this drunk monkey chat because you view the negative of, this shit is going to go bad. Things are going to be bad after this. Things are bad ahead of me. By default, it just makes you not want to move. You don't want to take action. So what's your drunk monkey do? It's giving you these negative thoughts, putting pictures in your head, and it's also little by little moving you towards your vices to keep you from doing the things you need to do next, because it's viewing things from this lens, this filter, as what's next is terrible for me. It's inevitable and it's going to be bad. So if I could just hide away, put my head behind the curtains like a dog does, then I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see the boogeyman. I'm not going to see the trouble happening. Which we all know logically in reality, dude, you're gonna be fucking toast. You're gonna get crushed if you turn away and don't move towards your goals. You're gonna be crushed either by the market, by your income not producing, your significant other not being able to be stable with you, whatever the case may be. That physical realm, danger slash fallout, it's inevitable if you don't do the things you need to do. But the brain, the survivor mind, thinks if I could just turn like a dog or a chimp, if I could just cover my eyes like this, then it's not there, which is not true. Let's see. When fear is released, a surge of creative energy is unlocked. So back, piggybacking off of the previous bulletin I broke down, that quote, when you recontextualize the thing that you would normally fear, oh, I gotta go prospect now. Oh, they're gonna be so negative to me. They're gonna scream at me. They might call the cops on me. When you recontextualize that in a way that's in favor for you, that gives you an enlightened perspective. Oh, they're excited to talk to me. I have to make calls, and that is great because they want to give me money to change my life, to get my Ferrari, which would be fun. I wonder how happy they're going to be for me. What if they end up giving me $100 this time instead of just a compliment? If you look at it like that, it allows you to see the same scenario in a amazing, empowering, joyous light. And by default, makes you want to move toward it and walk through that door. If that was a door where you saw all those wins, why wouldn't you move toward it? So it creates a surge of creative energy and excitement because the fear is technically released. In the next video, let's break down, still in chapter 3, but it's a whole nother subtopic, the 6 qualities of being enlightened. See you in the next video.